Hey, I hope you're doing awesome. Uh, Today I wanted to tell you the story about how I acquired Vocal Fry. So, for those who don't know what Vocal Fry is basically a sort of vibration of the vocal folds that most people nowadays have when they speak English. It's basically a very slow vibration of the vocal folds as well, like while you're speaking. It's not universal, some people don't have it. It's more common in some languages than other. And so basically in my native language, French, we don't use vocal fry as much. Um, but when I speak English, I usually have vocal fry. So why, how? It's a pretty strange story. Basically I was like invited to a birthday party and like the music was like super loud. It was barely impossible to talk. So we had like almost to shout for people to hear us, to like communicate with each other. And so like basically we were like shouting like all night long, and of course it like broke my voice. So all my modal range was broken, but it was interesting because I basically started to speak using only like a very deep voice, which was actually my um, vocal fry um, range. So basically, for some days, like maybe like 2 or 3, I was basically speaking only using my vocal fry range. So it was like super weird, super um, like super deep voice, and it yeah, and that was totally upsetting my mom at the time, and I I was kind of already aware about what vocal fry were was. So, uh, but the thing is, um, with a few days, like within a few days, my modal range kind of came back. So I was speaking like more or less normally at some point, but I noticed then when I switched to English nowadays, I like it's like a reflex. I use vocal fry when I speak English, and I think it's mostly because, and it's also the way I kind of developed it in the first place. Was like when I it's like when you try to get like very good accent at some point, you know some people, um, like I read or online, which are kind of references for your own accents. So basically, like people I listen to on YouTube or people I talk to, they were basically using vocal fry. So at some point, when I imagine what what my accent should sound like, basically I like if I don't use vocal fry, I definitely feel that something is missing. I think that's why. So yeah, it's like it was almost so I developed vocal fry almost like an accident. So it's pretty funny. Sometimes you just don't need like a very deep understanding of classes. Sometimes it just you know happens like that. But like maybe for this thing in particular, like input um, was key. Yeah. Uh, so that's it for today, and see you a bit later.